Holy shit. Jesus H. Christ. Welcome back to the IO panel, episode 238. We've been gone for 19 weeks, it feels like. Um, on and off with one lost show after another, recorded and thrown absolutely in the fucking garbage. Glad to be back. I'm your host this week, James. With me as always, the two amigos, my main boon coons, my two compadres, Evan and Michael.
That sounds racist.
Yeah,
Is
it
it
is
though?
racist.
Okay, so
It
I
is
wasn't
racist.
sure. I wasn't
You know,
100%.
I've been saying that for years, boon coon, because I heard it somewhere, and that shit is racist. It is
It
racist.
seems like it, yeah.
It is racist. I don't know where.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I don't know where it came from. I'm sure someone can look up the etymology of the word for me.
Entomology.
The Entomin.
Not Entenmann's Donuts. or
Entomins.
whatever. Yeah.
Someone can, yeah. Do you remember Entenmann's had those fucking cakes with the raspberry
Yeah, they still
wine?
have them.
The coffee cakes? So good.
I do
Entenmann's
like
So
coffee
I
cake.
think entomology is the study of bugs, if I'm not mistaken.
So what's the word history? That's another one, right?
That's
What's that one?
etymology.
Etymology.
Yeah.
So somebody can look at the etymology of boon coon. Because you say, these are your friends, they're your boon coons. I'm sure it's fucking
I mean,
racist.
I don't say that.
It sounds, I heard Michael saying it. That's where I got it from. Michael loves that saying.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
Tattooed
But
on the
he was-
inside of his bottom
on
lip.
on his bottom lip, he has this weird looking S.
Yeah.
And then the top
It's
lip,
like
he has
there's
this,
two of them. It's
Yeah.
kind of strange.
It's that crossed, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
But the eagle's nice.
Yeah, the eagle is very handsome. It's good looking.
Apparently, you can also say ace boon coon.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard that one. But.
I think I've heard that. Ace boon coon.
So speaking of racist things to call people, my mom, she would always call me since I was a little kid. She called me cracker, but like the same way you would say like sweetie or dear or whatever,
Right.
And she had no idea, and really I didn't till way later, that it apparently is a derogatory term sort of for white people.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I know it. I've known it now for like 15 years or something, but no, when I was 5, I did not know that. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, she called you cracker, not like, come here, you cracker, but more like, come here, you little cracker, you chip, like a cracker, right?
Yes, like an actual it doesn't make any sense either, but yeah, well, like a like a
No,
food stuff.
Like
no?
like a food stuff. That makes sense. I mean, we hung out. We were with Claudia and them yesterday, and Claudia's sisters are their nicknames. One's Lydia. Her nickname's Liddy, and Claudia's nickname is Cookie. That's what they call her in their family, Cookie. So, I mean, it makes sense. And I actually have cousins whose nicknames are also Cookie. So it makes sense to me. I mean, that's not a big deal. Being called cracker, not a big deal. It has an unfortunate. There's a Venn diagram out there where cracker and cracker become racist, but I don't think it's obvious that your Canadian mother wasn't implying that.
Right, exactly.
Everyone knows Canadians love everybody but Native peoples. So, and your mom just happened to be, she was in that other Venn diagram of Canadian Native peoples, so she's also exempt from that.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, it's good to be back, man. We've been gone for a while. We've had all kinds of things going on, family stuff and sickness, and people have been off, and people have been traveling and all kinds of stuff, and vacation. It's just one thing after another. So we are glad to be back.
Let me ask you this, James. We did record one episode after your triumphant return from the beach.
We recorded one episode after the beach, yeah. Which is in the can. It's on my computer somewhere. I haven't done anything with it.
So did it actually record the audio or not?
I have no idea. It's in like 7 pieces. And honestly, I started messing with it, and I was like, this is ridiculous. At some point, I will piece it together, probably today when I do this one, and I'll piece it together, and I will post it when I post this one maybe. But it's going to be a horrible episode, just like the other one before that. That's all bungled. It's full of like reverse audio and just a mess. I'm sure it's going to be a mess. Like, I'm just going to chalk these episodes up as I've kept a numbering scheme, so those episodes sort of exist, but they're not posted in order, and I'm just gonna call them on the show. When you guys see them, they'll say "lost episode," blah 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 blah, because it's just a kind of a mishmash, and there's a lot of problems with the audio and video of those videos, those episodes.
Well, they weren't meant to be. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
it was a decision from above.
Right.
That's how it turned out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From the desk of James's laziness. I spent 6 hours editing together 5 video files.
James, the guy in that clock I have must be.
Yeah.
He decided it, right?
Yeah.
The dead guy in the clock.
Dead guy on a clock. So we found a clock in Michael's house with a crucifix in it, and Michael, I guess I opened it and I was like, oh, and Michael, I showed Michael, he's like, oh, and then Claudia's looks at Claudia's holding it, and Mike's like, there's a dead guy in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Good times.
A dead guy in there nailed to a piece of wood.
Yep. The sacrilege is strong with this one.
I had bought that as a birthday present to my mother when I was like 8 or 12 or something.
That is the ideal gift that a kid would buy.
A clock with a dead guy in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of that clock at some point and post it, or I'll just find the clock again and take a picture of it. But yeah, man, that clock had a prominent place in our household for many years.
So that dead man was on display for decades.
Well, at least 1 decade, yes. Absolutely. James is writing in leet speak.
Oh, jeez.
The caps lock is on. That's even worse. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, it's been about a month since we've gotten together.
Yeah.
I think close to it.
Jesus.
How was your week? How was your month? How was your couple weeks, Evan? Whatever.
Pretty good. Got some cleaning done. Got some more to do.
That's right. That's right. I'm not the only one going through some changes over here.
Yep.
Yeah, Evan told me the other day he threw away a bunch of stuff.
What'd you throw away, Evan?
Well, there's a lot of packing material, which happens. Some clothes. I put together 3 boxes of like clothes and shoes and books to take to Goodwill. And I should check if they're taking donations right now. They probably are.
Nice. I'm sure they are.
But yeah, I have another, I would say like 9 bags to throw away they're in a staging area right now. Because the trash cans were full last week, but I can put them out this week and then fill up some more. But yeah.
You know what's funny, right? And this is just like a little bit offbeat, but we connected with a guy who listens to our show, Mr. Orion. He's been on the show a couple times. And we're talking to him about some money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, Evan buys 5 mice a month, 5 mice a week or whatever. And I was like, I don't think he buys that many. And I said, and his brother was in town from Vancouver, you know. So his brother's cool, by the way. His brother Liam is fucking cool. Orion's kind of a fucking square because he's got like 17 kids, and he's like every year becomes a little more conservative. But his brother is fucking young and hip and fucking cool, and just good looking. Like he's the better looking Van Hart. So, so anyway, we go to Sapphire's and we're talking about whatever. We're talking about money, and he mentions your mice, and I tell his brother, I said, you know what's funny, right? I was like, I don't know that I really understand Evan's propensity for collecting computer mice. I was like, but you know what? There's this funny thing that happens when you become a grown-ass man and you make your own fucking money and you can do whatever the fuck you want. Guess what? You're going to do whatever the fuck you want. So I don't really give a shit what your brother has to say about it. You know? And no disrespect, everybody has their passions, right? He feeds his children. We feed our habits. And it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But I just thought that was like, you know, when you're saying you're getting rid of stuff, I was like, you know what? You gotta, as long as you keep it neat and it's not unhealthy, like who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I bought my fucking 2 Battlestar Galactica Star Furies. Oh, look at that. Isn't that
Nice.
great? I got this one and I got this one. Oh, This is my two new things I got. I got these guys. This is from the Adama movie. It's the blood and whatever, and then this is the classic one.
I like the classic one.
Oh, dude, it's so
The
good.
blood and chrome.
Blood and Chrome. Yeah. Oh, I just took them off their standing case. I'll have to sit on my desk for now. And then behind me, I got in a box. I got. Can I reach it? I bought this guy. Oh, good. It's not going to show up. It refuses to show up. Well, anyway, it's the Battleship Yamato 2022, and it's 1 zillion pieces. It's a massive box, and it's a shit ton of pieces. So that was a miscalculation on my part.
Is
And
it
is that-
Lego
is
or
that-
is it a model?
It's a model. It's a snap-together model. It's probably never going to get assembled, though. Along with my perfect class Gundam that I have over there. It was another mistake.
And
Well,
is a
James-
battleship Yamato like a real battleship?
It's a battleship from anime, an old anime. It's kind of based upon the Yamato battleship that was sunk in World War II, but it's a space battleship in this anime.
Well, James,
And
I
it's
gotta
an anime
say,
called Space Battleship Yamato.
Yes.
I see.
It's actually called Star Blazers, I think, but
Yeah.
the name's changed. They've redone it like a million times, and it's called a million different things. So there's a live-action movie and all kind of shit.
as a collector myself, I would advise you to actually not open and assemble it, just to keep it in mint condition, because as we know, all these things are investments.
Well, you know what? I thought about that, but it's so fucking beautiful. I kind of want to assemble. It has lights and shit on it. And you know what else I bought? I bought Vincent and Bob from my favorite childhood movie, Black Hole. The two floating trash can robots from I think it's like a 1970s something classic, Black Hole by Disney. Ooh, pristine.
Never
And-
heard or seen that.
Dude, it's old. This Amazon got the FOMO nostalgia trigger going for me, man. They know exactly what I want. They know how to sell it to me. So they had that, and then right next to it was the bad guy from the same movie, Maximilian, the robot with the rotating fucking claws. Honestly, if you think about it, not scary at all. But as a kid, I was like, "Ooh, that's so cool!" So I ordered him. He's gonna be here soon. I ordered him from some off-market, God knows who guy, but he'll be here soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Scam.com.
Basically.
Is it going to be like, it's going to be like those other things he ordered? Like they're going to be like this big or something? Like,
Yeah, like miniature boots.
Yeah, no, I hope not. It's I'm pretty sure it's the same company who makes the other ones, so I'm hoping the scale will be lined up with Bob and Vincent, so I can put them together next to each other.
Jamie got scammed.
What
happens to the
little
best of
boots?
Jenga.
Oh, the Jenga. Oh my God, the Jenga set. Evan, this guy bought a 5-foot tall Jenga set. Everyone was like, "Oh, 5 foot tall, it's gonna be huge. Like it's gonna have 2x4s for the Jenga pieces." Dude, whoa. Big scam, big scam.
Evan, it was probably like maybe a foot and a half tall on the floor. And
So like normal Jenga.
no, but bigger, but huge pieces, but still. I mean, like maybe twice the height of a regular Jenga,
Okay.
But yeah, and he was like, yeah, it was $150. I was like, $150? Like, oh, you got hosed.
Wow.
Because they do make giant Jenga sets. I've seen them at bars before,
Mhm.
and this wasn't it.
Damn, I
So-
wonder if he can like submit like a chargeback on his card or something.
You know how he is. He kept it. We used it for that one night, and he's gonna fucking lose all the pieces anyway. It doesn't matter. Lesson learned. I mean, I learned that lesson too. Don't buy things from the internet unless you're 100% sure. I saw a video where a guy bought a Velociraptor head that's busting through the wall, and the picture they show, it's huge. It's like the size of your monitor and about this wide, and it's like it's life size, fully life size. And he got it, and it was like
A
it was
decal.
the size of a fist. And really shitty and plastic looking. And he wrote the company. He's like, "What the hell is this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, well," he's like, "the picture you show a child standing next to it. It looks huge." He's like, "Yeah, well, that's just the camera. We took special pictures to make it look like that." We're like, so you just misled people? The guy was like, well, no, it's just the camera. It's photography work. It's just like, artistic view of the. I'm like, bro, bro, So yeah,
That's crazy.
Unfortunate.
good times. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful buying stuff on Amazon. Honestly, gotta be careful. I always look at reviews, man. Always, if there's even one shady review down there, or reviews don't have pictures and stuff, or all the reviews are like, "Oh, it was a wonderful product," and there's no picture, I don't buy it. Like all these things, I checked. There's all pictures of all of them up there. Of people saying how great they were and showing them next to their other sets and everything like that.
I'll usually look for bad reviews, like within the last 3 months or something, because maybe there was a bad batch of something.
Oh, sure, yeah. Look at bad. I'd read the bad reviews too, to see if it's just like if it's real, like there's a real problem, or it's just like I hate
User
this company.
incompetence?
Yeah. Like I sucked my dick in it, and it wouldn't sharpen anymore. Like, well, it's not for sharpening penises. Anyway, okay. So, Evan, tell us how was your getting us things clean. What else is going on?
I went into work one day last week, which it had been a while, because I was pulling out some hardware, some old domain controllers, and I had to dispose / hand off the hard drives. And there's not usually anyone from the tape library, the media handling department. They're late, but I had arranged to meet someone at like 10 o'clock during my shift, but they never showed up. So I was like, kind of went in for nothing.
That sucks.
That does suck. What else? Nothing that comes to mind.
Any more
Just living my life.
Chinese groceries?
No.
So that's just over, huh?
Yep.
You're out of the family.
I've been exiled.
That quick. That quick.
Easy come, easy go, James.
Yep. Okay.
That's too bad.
Hey, well, hey, look, it's all about the ride, Michael. It's all about the enjoyment on your way.
Mm-hmm. And the mystery.
Yeah.
It was never clarified. I didn't ask.
Yeah.
And she didn't tell.
Have you been there recently?
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it's probably as simple as, like Evan said before, someone fucked up the ordering, ordered a bunch of junk, and they were like, these are the wrong types of wings, these are the wrong types of whatever, and Evan's a solid customer, he comes all the time, so they're like, just give them to him.
They probably got it for free or by mistake.
Yeah.
Because, I did get some seasoned taco meat, which is not something you normally find at a Chinese takeout.
True.
But hey,
How else are they going to make the Mongolian beef, Evan?
Dude,
No.
maybe it was for a secret menu item that I never knew about.
Michael, that's horse meat, and everyone knows that.
It's like, those are donkey ribs.
Absolutely. Those are so tough.
So you can't
Hard working, James. They're hard working.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't sell horse meat in America. I don't know if you can eat horse meat in America.
Michael.
Right, there's a fine line.
You can eat anything. A thing can be butchered, you can eat it. Don't think about the laws of man.
Yeah.
You guys ever had alligator?
Yep.
No, I haven't. It seems like it tastes watery and sucky.
It's
Chicken?
okay.
Tastes like
Have
chicken?
I had chicken? No. Well, it kind of tastes like frog.
Doesn't
Which
frog
tastes,
taste
which
like
tastes like chicken. Yeah.
It tastes like tainted chicken to me,
Ugh.
or like sour chicken.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll pass on those. But I have had
Frog is ghastly.
gator / crocodile.
Everybody who's like, "Oh, frog tastes like chicken," I'm like, "Go fuck off, dude." They brought me frog legs once. I was like, I looked at it. I took one piece. I was like, This is like a poor man's chicken. It's not.
It has
good.
a distinct reptilian flavor.
James, you don't want to eat iguanas? Like, what's going on?
I heard the iguana meat's great. My tune has changed toward iguana meat. I heard that's wonderful.
You know what? This might be a great farming opportunity because you can snap those tails right off and they grow back.
Yeah, people say iguana's excellent. I'm on board with some iguana meat if Evan wants to prep it like he did that tongue that time.
Boil it for a couple hours, make
Oh,
a fool
yeah.
of myself. I'm down.
That tongue was great. Don't shortchange
It was
yourself.
great.
It was great. Evan had that tongue peeled up. We were looking at this pictures online of pulling on it. It was great, man. That tongue was fucking wonderful. Remember when you didn't go with us. We got the fucking lengua at the at the El Salvadorian place. We got breakfast, beans, eggs, and lengua. Wow,
That must have been fantastic.
fantastic. Melt in your mouth, good. That's the only thing. And I've had tongue since then. I've had about 4 or 5 times, counting your time. Your time is the second best time. That lady's preparation of it was the best. You know, could melt in your mouth. Yours was a little bit not like right there, a little overcooked. Every other one has been nothing like any of those. Way far off the bat than yours. To say that it was the first time you made it, and you were kind of like, let's buy tongue. Like that was amazing.
Yeah, I was like, as a goof.
Yeah. Evan was very passionate back in the day. He was like, 2 things Evan was always looking for to cook: tongue and mungfish. He's like, they don't have mungfish here. It's like always looking for mungfish back in the day.
Monkfish.
Monkfish,
But yes,
yeah.
you get
Is
the
that-
cheeks.
Is that the blob one?
Yes.
The flat boy.
Well, kind of. It's not the blob one, because that's like a deep sea fish that gets depressurized when you bring it up.
Right.
So it's like all of its cells explode. But monkfish is do you know what anglerfish is, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. It's like a big flat boy.
Kind
Didn't I
of.
just say flat boy? I tell you,
You
man,
did.
that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's a flat boy.
Yep.
It looks like a skate, but not a skate at all. That's what it looks like, though.
Very
I don't know.
nice.
That's some.
I
That's,
I need to get back into the cooking. I'll use my pressure cooker my Insignia Best Buy brand Instant Pot that I bought 2 years ago. I have two. I think I have 2 beef tongues in the freezer right now.
look at that.
Evan, you missed it. The Boston Marathon's about to pop off.
As we all know, I'm a marathon fanatic.
Yeah, and they serve tongue at the marathon. Thanks
Pressure
for that
cookers.
tie-in, Michael.
Pressure cookers.
Michael's thinking about explosives.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Gotcha.
What a dark cut, Michael.
IEDs, my friend. Come on.
What a dark terroristic cut.
Yes.
Oh God. You know, I have a pressure cooker that I never use. I've never once thought about the Boston Marathon. and it's pressure cooker in the pressure cooker in the backpack tie-in.
Hello. God, it's like you guys aren't even anarchists at all. Like, what's going on?
I
Nope.
can only apologize.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Um
James, how was your week or month or whatever fuck since our last show?
I mean, New World came out.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
I played,
right.
played New World for like since I think it came out in the 28th. It came out, and I've been playing it a little bit almost every day. I've tried to play it a little bit every day. Some days I'll play for 8 hours. Some days I'll play for in the beginning I was playing for like 8 or 9 hours a day. But now I'm kind of down to like an hour. I log on, I get frustrated. I'm like, ugh, and I go back. I mean, it's very grindy, and
Yeah.
I mean, look, the game is fun.
Is
If
it
you like
World of
M-
Warcraft?
Yes. It's World of Warcraft, but way better looking, and a few different mechanics mixed in with Guild Wars and stuff like that. That's the best way to say it. And I only know that because I've read an article saying it was like Guild Wars. I don't know why it's like Guild Wars. I think because there's intra-company, not intra-company, but inter-game battling between the companies, which is the same as guilds in
Factions.
Guild Wars. The factions, yeah. And it has factions. So, I mean, I don't know. It's fine. It's a fun game. It's good. I'm not as passionate about it as I was when I first started playing it, but it's okay. So been playing that, and what else did I do? That's really it. Nothing else is really going on, man. I mean, I lead a simple life. I'm gonna try to become a gym rat. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I've been thinking about getting big. I'm thinking about it. I'm the preliminary stages of
You're
being a
already
big
there,
boy.
my friend.
No, in a good way, not a bad way. So, I'm thinking about it. We'll see how that next week. We'll talk about it. We'll see.
I gotta bulk up. Like,
yeah,
nope,
We'll
nope.
see if I've made any headway with getting big, and then what else?
Are you gonna order the supplements that Evan recommends? Like, what is it? Smarms or SARMs or?
SARMs. I mean, you can. SARMs are okay, but really just go straight for the juice. You got to commit with these things.
That's right.
So you need some HGH.
You got to blast and cruise.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Evan's on some dark forums.
Yeah,
I'm on Bomber ones. He's on.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
on,
we're very different.
yeah.
he's on fucking.
I'm on grainmarketsupplements.net, and Mike is on living in the past with pressurecookerbombs.com.
Yeah, using pressure cookers for fun and entertainment.com.
It's not called the Anarchist Cookbook for nothing.
Yeah.
See?
Right,
but
you
yeah,
are.
there's nothing else going on for me, man. I kept it simple. I've been keeping it simple. What about yourself? What's going on with you? I know you had a lot happen.
Well, you know, as everyone may not have heard, my mom was admitted to the hospital, and then not that long after, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, she passed away. So I've been dealing with that. James has been coming over to my house prior to that and helping me try to get things in order. But now that my mom is gone, we've been bringing in the big guns. So at least a couple times now, I've had James and his crew of lovely Hispanic women friends, who are also my friends, I guess.
They are your friends. Trust me.
They are my friends.
My pull is not enough to get them to come to your house. They don't care that much about me. Trust me.
So they've come twice now to help me out and get the place straightened out.
I imagine that's pretty impactful.
It is. It is. Oh, and JC came yesterday too. So
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, got a lot of stuff out yesterday. Had to call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. You know, it's
Nice.
just
It was
too
finally
much.
worth the trip.
Oh yeah, there's just too much stuff. We were like starting to put stuff down to shoot. I'm like, wait. This is not gonna work. You know, like.
Did they come pick it up, or did you just schedule it yesterday?
Oh no, they came.
How was the experience?
It's pricey, but fine.
Okay. Efficient business?
Yeah,
Nice.
This was good. It was good. Still a lot of stuff to get out of here, but we'll work on it. Yeah. Other than that, that's really it, man. Not much else going on, you know. That's
Fair
been the
enough.
main thing the last month and a half. So.
Yep.
Got a new laptop.
Excellent.
That's
Is it
what I'm-
huge?
No.
Because
It's on
you
the-
know, gaming laptops come in various sizes these days.
Right. This is one that's designed to be on the thinner side on purpose. So.
How hot does it get?
I don't know. Not that hot. It's a. I was gonna say Amazon. It's a. Is it Acer who makes this? Zephyrus ROG.
Yep.
Republic of Gaming.
ROG?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Zephyrus G15. And because of that, I now have a much newer graphics card, and I can take advantage of the NVIDIA broadcast software, which lets you do green screen
With no
without
green screen.
without a green screen. Yeah.
Magic.
Although it's funny because like Google lets you do that just in their browser, so you know.
I wonder if they wrote something for that, or if they have like racks and racks of RTX cards that's just like doing that processing.
Who knows? They probably just wrote something, but who knows? Yeah, so finally using the laptop for something here. Got it hooked up to the docking station and seems to be working well. So it's got
Perfect.
an it does include RGB on the laptop too, because as you know, RGB makes gaming faster.
Yep. More FPS, better accuracy.
There you go.
Yep, just like my headset has RGB,
Mm-hmm.
the keyboard does on that laptop too.
You are
So
a gamer now,
thank you.
officially.
Yes, yes, I am. Only thing about this laptop that I was like, but it's okay. I could upgrade it later if I had to. 16 gigs of RAM.
That's that's acceptable for the time
It's
being.
it's adequate.
Yeah. It'll run Windows and a couple of Chrome tabs.
I intentionally did not install Chrome on this machine. I've installed the Brave browser
Mm-hmm.
and Firefox. So,
Excellent.
yeah. Um, yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. Back to you,
All
James.
right. Thanks for catching us up.
Okay, cool. Very good. All right. Well, let's just jump right into the show here. So
I have the first
yeah. What's
article
this first article here?
from the the number one worst state in the country. Although I think Florida and Texas might be fighting for this position. One of the most dangerous things you can do to a young child or a young person is give them a vehicle or let them get behind the wheel of yours. And the great state of Mississippi, roughly a year ago, actually eliminated the road portion of the driver's test.
Perfect, man. That's
Yeah.
old news. They don't need that.
I mean, it's ideal that they did this because that the practicality of that portion of the driving exam was just clearly outdated, no longer needed. I mean, kids play video games these days. They can multitask. They got their phones on them. Why not just fill in some bubbles on a Scantron and get your license to operate a 2-ton vehicle of death? Why not?
So is there a simulator or something or what?
Nope.
Oh, it's just a test. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Do they have
Like
to
all
have so
this,
many?
all this practical experience, forget about it.
Do they have to have like hours as a learner's permit or something?
Nope.
Oh shit, man.
There's still driver's ed, but there's just no driving.
Perfect, dude. This is
Yep.
gonna be great,
It's streamlined.
dude.
Get them in, get them out. You know.
Dude, look, between COVID and now this and the abortion law and now what's going on in Mississippi with this driver's license thing, this is perfect. Let's get
Yep.
let's kill as many
nature will
Southerners
sort
as we can.
itself
We'll just
out.
get them right out of there.
Yeah. There's gonna be lots of
Jesus
cheap real
Christ.
estate.
Jesus, yeah.
But yeah, so some of the concerns were that there was at least one report of a Ute who didn't know what a one-way street was,
Oh my god.
and they drove the wrong way into what turned out to be a highway, and stopped because you're like, what the fuck?
On the highway.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, I mean, they say highway. I don't know if it's like 495. Probably not. It's probably more like BW Parkway or something. That's still pretty busy, but it's probably not a major thoroughfare, as my dad would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a realization that the driving portion of this will never come back. However, there is also a push to reinstate high school driving courses, which will probably also never happen. So just stay out of Mississippi.
I mean, I was never planning to go there anyway, but
Yeah, it's for your own good. I mean, I go there occasionally because I'm actually quite close. But I try to be careful.
is that one of the poorest states in the country?
Yes, it's like bottom of every list, or top of every list if you're sorting by worst.
You'd think that honor would go to Florida. I guess the
I
Jews,
mean, they're trying. They're
the Jews
trying
and
their
the
best.
Cubans keep it afloat.
Yeah, they're trying their best. That's some
Okay.
tough competition.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yeah, simulator, that'd be cool, but that would go out no.
Yeah.
Obviously they're not going to do that.
No, that would be. There's no budget for that.
Right, of course.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right, let's jump to the next one here.
Cool.
So we got a big hack of Twitch. So if you don't know,
Yes.
Twitch is the streaming platform that allows gamers and hot tub streamers and basically anybody doing anything with no rules. Basically, it seems like no rules, but basically to stream to whoever wants to watch them, from nobody to hundreds of thousands of people. And the Twitch streamers, basically, they can make money through all kinds of revenue streams, ads, Streamlabs, deals, brand deals, deals directly with Twitch, subscriptions, and gifted subs, um, just all kinds of ways. So Twitch was hacked from the top to the fucking bottom, like everything. They got everything. They got the source code. They uploaded basically a copy of Twitch. They copied all of Twitch, and the source code was verified by Twitch. It is, and it is from them. The hack is from as recent as like the data is from like last week, so it's that recent. Um, they didn't release any user data. We don't know if they got any user data. Twitch seems to think they didn't, but that's, I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna say Twitch is a fucking liar. Like, we don't know what they got, but this Twitch says it didn't get any user data. Twitch does not store credit card numbers on their servers, so they didn't get any credit card numbers. But it doesn't look like the hacker is actually trying to get the users or even get the streamers. It seems like the hacker was just trying to screw over Twitch. So they basically released uh, the source code, and then they released a bunch of future products and development um, from Amazon Games. They released a bunch of Amazon Games information, and then they released the basic payroll, the payrolls for all the major Twitch streamers. And I mean, I wasn't surprised by any of this. It's everything you thought it would be. Like, they on this article they show a picture of Shroud. Shroud is like really low on this list. He's like at the very bottom, like $2 million. But like you'll be sitting in, like, I'll give Project Melody for example, the fucking, and she's not on this. She's not even on this top 25. But Project Melody, she in in one stream in like 15 minutes, I saw her make $80,000 in subs.
Crazy.
So, and that's like, that's a month. That's 1 month of people subbing for like 3, 4, 6, 12 months, 15 months, whatever. So, $80,000, that's crazy.
I believe the word is simping.
I mean, whatever it is. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I
I
mean, most of these people on this list are grown ass men, and they're being simped too, I guess. For some reason, Amaranth isn't on this list. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Amaranth is not here. That's kind of weird. It's kind of odd that she's not in this top 20, top 25. It's kind of, maybe, I don't know. That's weird that she's not here. These are all
So
the highest paid streamers, so maybe she's on the master list or something that the article hasn't bothered to put in here.
I was about to ask, where's the guy that you guys always talk about? There he is at the bottom. That's kind of surprising.
Who, Shroud?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's the bottom too. To me, he's more popular than all these other people, but I guess Shroud is like, he's popular to like my generation or people like maybe millennials. But then these other people like XQC, who is not entertaining at all, he's number 2 on this list. 8.4 million. He's fucking whore. He's the worst. Honestly.
XQC is awful.
He's awful.
I don't like him at all. I hate what he does and like how he speaks.
And you hate who he is as a person?
Kind
Yeah.
of, yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Also, in reference to Shroud, these earnings are from a period of 2019 at some point to 2021. A lot of that time, I'll say at least a year, he was
He was
on
a
Mixer.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
so-
why. Okay, that's why.
Probably double that number. So he's,
Yeah. Also, they got Hassan Abi, 2.8 million. I feel like he should be higher than this too. So Hassan is like almost every time I log into Twitch, Hassan is like the number one streamer in my list. That doesn't mean he's number one in all of Twitch, but he's like 64,000 people are watching his stream while he's doing nothing but talking or doing just chatting. Like he's not playing a game or anything.
Critical Role.
I have no idea.
No idea who the top earner is.
Nope, never heard of him.
Wow.
I think I've heard of him, but I don't know who he is.
Yeah, a lot of these people, I'm like, who's that?
Yeah, I've heard of Summit 1G. Everybody knows him.
I watch him a lot.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most famous streamers on Twitch. Probably XQC, same thing. Tfue, I know who he is, but I don't know anything about him. I've watched his stream once when a new game came out. Nick Mercs, he's another like Tfue.
I don't like Nick either.
I don't know who I've never seen Nick Mercs. I've heard of him. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him. Tim the Tap Man, I know him because of Doctor Disrespect. The rest of these people, I don't know. Lyric, I know who that is. Hassan Abi. Asmon Gold, obviously I know who he is. He's another famous streamer. I feel like he should be higher than that too, 2.5 million. LOL Tyler. I guess this is the guy who freaks out on Twitch, right? He yells at people. He yells all the time.
Yeah, he gets like super salty with League of Legends, but he's excellent at the game.
Yeah. Mizkif, I know who he is. Carnage, I know who he is. And of course Shroud. But like Evan said, that makes sense. These numbers are old, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway, so I think a lot of people are upset. Like a lot of people are upset, especially like Hassan Abi, right? They're like, "Oh, this isn't very socialist of you," because Hassan Abi is a leftist streamer. You know, like he's a left-leaning socialist type streamer. He used to be on the Young Turks and stuff like that. And people are really pissed that he's making 2.8 million or whatever.
You gotta eat.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like, he sees the means of production, you know?
Right,
like,
exactly.
Like, he's doing it, you know? He is the worker, you know? So, hey, you know, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I'm not mad at any of this. I don't care. Like, I know these people are making money, you know? Like, if you're streaming, you're making money. If you're streaming and you're popular, you're making money. But think about it. For 65 or 75 or 150 people, or how many people are really making money on Twitch, there is 1 million people on Twitch streaming to one person.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to always stream to one person and never be popular. And that's just how it is. So, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. But still an incredible leak.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, the hack is huge. The hack is, I mean, they got all of Twitch. Every last drop of it. Every morsel. It's pretty amazing, honestly. You know what we didn't post in here, but we probably should have. Do we have Facebook in here anywhere?
Yeah, I put it under stranger danger.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. No problem. We'll talk about Facebook then.
I just put it there like 5 minutes ago.
Perfect. You read my mind. All right. Well, let's jump to Vagabond here. What's the next one?
So this is in local news, but this was just a funny story to me because I never heard of these things as like crimes. So basically, in Gaithersburg, Maryland, a 19-year-old male from D.C., Southeast D.C., they say, is in custody following multiple vehicle collisions and a pursuit involving a stolen vehicle. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And he stole a vehicle from Chevy Chase. The victim was a food delivery driver who had left his vehicle running on the street, of course, right? I don't know why people do that. Don't fucking do it.
To save precious seconds.
Yeah, it says while engaged in the pursuit, the suspect later rammed an additional police cruiser and damaged six civilian vehicles in the area of East West Highway and Washington Avenue. The suspect lost control of the vehicle and overturned. This is a hell of a thing, man. Where he bailed out of the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot.
Do a flip.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so the suspect, DeMontre Satterwhite Walker,
What?
okay, faces potential, and look at his picture, you're like, okay, faces potential charges of motor vehicle theft, unauthorized removal of a vehicle, theft between $1,500 and $25,000, rogue and vagabond charges, and multiple first-degree assault charges. Okay. What the fuck is rogue and vagabond charges? I mean, vagabond, I guess we can infer what that is. Like you're a homeless or something. I don't know, right? I don't know what it.
Mm.
I don't really know, but I didn't. I mean, you don't see them arresting homeless people left and right, so I don't know.
I think they just were throwing charges at him. They just were like, the thing is, when you fuck with the cops and you do stupid stuff and you run from them and you hit their cars and you endanger their lives, they're gonna start finding. They're gonna start digging up all kinds of shit to throw at you, and I think that's what happened here. They just threw shit at him.
Rogue and vagabond charges.
It's kind of weird.
Rogue.
He went rogue,
Yeah.
homelessly.
I mean, I don't think he's actually homeless. Maybe he is. I don't know, but
I mean, rogue and vagabond charges are those related to any theft or intended theft of a motor vehicle or contents of a motor vehicle. This weird charge, it's a weird charge with a weirder name that can be somewhat confusing and convoluted, even comes with a hefty sentence. If you're charged with rogue or vagabond, seeking immediate advice from a criminal defense lawyer in Carroll County, yada, yada, yada. What's the code say? Prohibits possession of burglar's tool, rogue and vagabond is outlined in Title VI of Maryland's Code under Section 6206. There are three subsections that outline specifically what's covered in rogue or vagabond. Prohibits the possession of burglar's tools. Prohibits the presence in another's vehicle. Specifies the penalty. So I'll post this too for anybody who's interested in it. It's a breakdown from this company, I guess it's a law firm called
oh yeah,
Ross Elbers.
I found a
.com.
Reddit post. It says it basically means it's Maryland's term for possession of burglary tools or dangerous weapons.
Yeah, this is just them. This is them like
Wow.
finding. This
Okay.
is another thing because they got him on burglary charges, right? They already got him on. They got him here for motor theft
Right.
and unauthorized. Look about it: motor vehicle theft, unauthorized removal of a vehicle. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
And then
Ro-
theft between $1,500 and $25,000.
Yeah. So
Isn't that all the same thing? Like,
yeah. So they're basically they just are put. It's their prerogative to stack charges on to fucking
Right.
because this guy's a piece of shit. So they're just stacking charges, stacking. They're gonna make
Right.
sure this guy goes away, so they're gonna throw a bunch of shit at him. I mean, obviously this guy's a fucking idiot and he deserves to go to jail, but I kind of don't like the way they did this shit. But I guess if he killed somebody, then we'd all be like, get fucking roast this motherfucker, So I don't know.
Mike's over here sitting silently like, I thought this was America. You can't have burglary tools in your car? What the fuck?
Right. I got them in my house. I mean, hey, never mind. Look.
I just thought of that Futurama episode where
He's
he
like, give me
tries
this.
to...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I'll give you $300 for that $10,000 cigar. Like, no,
nope.
sir. Like, all right, we'll give you that $300 burglary set. What time do you close?
Exactly. Thank you, James.
No problem.
Found that. All right. So, all right, let's go to the next one, which is also in local news. But this is so weird. So there's two parts to this. So this article, ghost gun recovered during arrest in Aspen Hill. So I'd never heard this term, but
You never.
but right away I'm like, oh, I think I know what that means, right?
Yeah, it's.
Now this
Good.
gun looks very Glockish.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said officers. So they stopped this guy, whatever. They found drugs, just marijuana, but a whole lot of it apparently.
Is a ghost gun a gun that's assembled from pieces of different manufacturing or something?
I thought you were gonna assembled from ghosts. No, it's a gun that's been made like you made it yourself, either through 3D printing or milling, like CNC milling or something like that.
Yeah,
like
it
you
says
just made it
here a
yourself.
loaded 9mm privately made non-serialized firearm from his backpack. Now the slide looks like it's from a Glock.
The gun 100% looks like a Glock. It looks like a Glock.
Yeah.
Like whoever made this probably either has Glock's molds and then they just because the slide doesn't have a serial number. I don't think. I think the only lower receiver lower receiver in the trigger group has a serial number. So you could just go buy any slide, a Glock slide, and put on top of it as long as the frame matches. So they probably just bought like a fucking Maybe they have frame molds or something like that. Generic frame molds. Shit, it could be just a regular Glock, and they just strip the serial number off, and these motherfuckers calling it a ghost gun.
Mm.
You
Could
know,
be.
that's probably what it is. Honestly, it looks too much like a Glock.
So around the same time I came across this article, I was watching a Law and Order episode, and in the Law and Order episode, they took a gun manufacturer to court, and the fictional gun in the Law and Order was a Rolf 9, right? So I was googling that, and I came across. So if you look at link 2 here in this same thing, I actually came across this, which is not what they were talking about in the Law and Order episode, but it's still fascinating. An R9 Arms submachine gun. Okay, so this Wikipedia article describes this gun. It says the R9 is notable because some of them are marked as R9 Arms Corp USA, although no such firm exists. It was made for sale to criminal organizations around the world.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is an improvised firearm, they're calling it.
Huh.
Yeah, it says it's like history. Not much is known about the R9. A few have been seized in the Netherlands. An example has allegedly been seized in the United States. And basically, they think they're from Croatia. They've raided the same person's house multiple times and found these guns there. And even found like equipment to make guns there. So,
Those damn Croats.
yep.
So there you go. Yeah.
If you go to the bottom of this article, towards the bottom, it says external links. Google search for images of the R9 arms, and the first result is this gun. And it's so fucking. You're like, what the fuck? And it's actually on this website. I could put the link here too if you guys want, but it's ForgottenWeapons.com. And this guy has a whole little breakdown of this gun. I mean, I just think it's fascinating. Like, these guys just like made up a gun and are selling it. You know, are making it and selling it to like criminals.
You didn't know that? So in Europe there's a so you need to in Europe there's a whole thing of people making fully automatic 3D printed submachine guns. Like, it's a whole community of people doing that in Europe.
No,
Vice
there you
went
go.
and shot a bunch of them, and it's a whole thriving community of people from all over Europe who are doing it. So I mean, it should not be a surprise at all to anybody. We don't know about this happening, but it's quite normal. It's been happening for a while, you know. Ever since fucking the guy in Texas made that gun, that cat's out of the fucking bag, dog. You know.
Right. These in particular though, don't appear to be 3D printed though.
No, but I'm just saying, like, this is harder. Like, these guys are working too hard.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, these guys in fucking Europe, they got a $700 3D printer, and they just order the little trigger group parts, and they throw them in there, done. So some guys selling trigger group parts, which are totally innocuous by themselves, and they put all the pieces together, and they got a fucking fully automatic submachine gun. And we're not talking about like the Texas Arms guy who shot Freedom Arms, who shot his gun. He's like, shoot it 3 times, and it's gonna blow up in your hands. No, these guys are just shooting. It's a fully functioning, ready to go gun. It's gonna shoot for forever. Just take care of it. It'll take care of you. It's a regular old gun. You know what I mean?
And in this Wikipedia article, they found an R9 seized in Italy. It had fake Intratec Tech 9 markings on it. That's interesting. Another guy in 2012, a truck driver, he's driving from the Netherlands into the UK, was arrested, and he had one of these R9s with a suppressor.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like,
It's for home
Jesus.
defense.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty wild, man. So yeah, I don't know if you call this a ghost gun also, but I guess an improvised firearm.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's nothing improvised about it. It's a real fucking gun. It's just not made by a recognized gun manufacturer. It's pretty fucking wild, man. Yeah. So James,
Good
I guess
find.
we need to get back on our 3D printer game, huh?
Yeah. You know, we never bought them. We never followed through. We got to follow up.
Well, now
were you
I'm
trying to
sure
start a 3D printer farm?
Yeah.
No, we're just trying to get one 3D printer.
Just one.
Yeah.
A
So
long time ago, like when James and I went to the Hope Conference by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just me and him, without you. So that's how long ago that was,
Yeah. There's much better ones now too for
I'm sure.
surprisingly cheap.
I'm sure. Exactly. Like I'm sure they're just getting better, every year. So.
Hmm.
All right. Well, James, we'll put a pin in that. We'll have to remember
Yep.
to circle back to the 3D printers.
The gun thing.
Shh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make any guns. Like it's just America. I can just go buy one at the corner liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any red-blooded American.
Except you can't.
I'm not gonna make any guns either, James.
Right. All right. What's the next one here? Oh my.
Yeah, this story is just like, what the fuck? So read this headline. Tell me what you see.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
A stranger injected a woman with semen while she was running errands. Now he's going to prison. And they mean injected with like a syringe,
Mm-hmm.
Why?
like a needle. Why? Because he's a fucking psycho. I don't know.
What the hell? What the
That's
hell?
what a weird thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
What, I
And
wonder if he
look,
is he,
this
like,
article's
playing
in the
long
Washington
game?
Post, and this was in Anne Arundel County.
He's implanting her with his DNA so he can frame her for a murder that he's going to commit. That's what this is all about.
Mm-hmm. She felt a sharp pain in her buttock. Oh, nice. I knocked whatever was behind me and turned around to see her attacker. She started yelling at him and asked whether he had burned her with a cigarette. And he responded, "Yeah, it felt a little like a bee sting, didn't it?"
What?
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 The fuck? What?
So he's 53 years old. He was sentenced in Anne Arundel County Court to 10 years in prison.
That's so fucking weird, bro. He's like, I'm gonna make her pregnant. No, buddy, you're not. What are you thinking? I don't even, I still don't even know what he's thinking. That's so weird. Like, what a weird thing to do to somebody.
He entered an Alford plea,
What is that?
which they explain here, which allows defendants to plead guilty without admitting they committed a crime.
What?
That seems like a legal loophole that should not exist.
What?
You're like, all right, I'll take the L, but I'm not admitting to shit. Even though they have him on video doing it right here.
That's so weird.
Okay. It's strange.
Yeah. I mean, they could say, no, we don't accept your plea, but then they have to go to trial and blah and whatever. So,
And that's a schlep. It's going to take forever.
yeah. So, yeah, this is just such a weird fucking story. I found this almost a month ago, and I've been waiting to share this. So.
That is so weird.
It's fucking weird.
Michael's been sitting on a gem for a month.
Yeah.
An absolute banger.
Do you guys see what his last name is?
What is it?
No.
Thomas Steeman.
Oh my god. Steeman Seaman.
Yep. So take away the T and it's Seaman.
Oh god. Thomas Steeman.
Spelled the same way and everything. Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe that lady made fun of him in junior high.
Maybe. So you'll never make fun of Steeman Seaman again.
Yeah.
Fucking maybe. Who knows?
Steven Steeman Seaman. All right. Anyway. Weirdo.
Ghost guns and semen.
Yep.
That's what today's show is all about.
All right. So take us to this fucking juice, Michael. What do we got here?
Juice. No. So Facebook. So if you hadn't heard, last week, Facebook had a little outage. And when we say little, I mean Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and of course Facebook Messenger along with it were all offline. And I mean, apparently this outage was so bad. Like Facebook, they run everything, like even at their offices, like kind of on their own platform. So like their key cards to get into a server room weren't working. You know, like everything was dead. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I even read one story that said they had to use an angle grinder to get into a server cage, but that was later retracted as it couldn't be confirmed. So,
Nor
but
denied.
right, but yeah, it's just fucking nuts. So what I've been able to piece together here, I mean, they say here, they said due to a configuration issue, they said the company's backbone connecting between data centers shut down during routine maintenance, which caused DNS servers to go offline. I had read somewhere that it was BGP. It was some kind of BGP problem.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it was down for most of the day. This was this past Monday. It was just down for most of the day. Like I was, you know, I'm a fucking media or a, you know, whatever junkie. So
A social media maven.
no, for social media junkie,
Ah,
and
you need your dopamine spikes.
I'm more Instagram than Facebook, but I'm always checking Facebook also.
I
And
did. Did you know? I didn't notice the outage. I didn't
Oh,
notice any of it at all.
I did.
Yeah, I didn't notice
It
it.
started acting screwy, and I was like, I bet something's wrong. I was like, all right, whatever. I just closed it.
I never go on Facebook because I'm not a fucking boomer or weirdo, so I don't use Facebook at all.
I guess I'm a boomer or a weirdo.
No, you're pretty normal. I don't
You can
use
be
Facebook,
two things.
though. Yeah. I don't use Facebook.
Evan,
I think I checked and it was like, could not find this site. And I was like, I'll check back later.
but you use Facebook on a fairly regular basis.
I will say yes. I check it maybe twice a day, and I scroll through. I'll give my timeline slash feed or whatever like 10 scrolls to see if there's anything interesting. And that's about it. I chat with a couple people occasionally, but the only things I post are like music videos.
Yeah, yeah. I see you post a video every now and again. So,
Yeah. So Michael, they had an outage.
mhm.
What happened exactly?
Just what they said. Apparently, they knocked down their backbone infrastructure,
You believe that cover story?
and they actually had to. So they couldn't access anything remotely. They literally had to drive to the data center and actually go there and physically do something. Like
Yeah,
they probably had to
so-
connect to a router or a switch with a serial cable and fucking.
So what I heard
Do something.
was their 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 DNS information on the internet for all three sites was deleted. That's what I heard.
Well,
That's
it
impressive.
did say here their DNS servers to go offline. That's what they said.
Yeah. So because I mean, we all know how computers work, and there can't be a scenario where they couldn't connect to any server. Like none of their IT team couldn't connect. That's bullshit. That's just an utter lie. Like your IT team, there's no way your IT team, like the external DoD websites could go down. My previous job, I could still connect to a VPN server. There's a million ways to connect if you have access.
No, but imagine the main router at your work that supplies internet to everyone.
But the
They
router,
they do an update to it, reboot it, and it never comes back.
that's not what
Oh, shit.
happened here, though. That's not what happened here. Their router didn't go down. They were deleted from the internet. Their DNS record from the internet's deleted.
Well, I would call that a configuration issue.
Yeah, but that's not determined by a piece of hardware.
No, it's not.
Oh,
You could use the IP addresses to get to these sites. If you work in their IT department, you have the IP addresses to some server back where a jump server where you can get in. So that's baloney. Like a lot of this story doesn't make any sense. I mean I'm sure there's more to this. I don't know. I think the leaking was all happening, and I think that maybe they thought, oh, someone's actively hacking us. Let's just kill it. or something. I know that sounds grand conspiracy theory type shit, but this is like such a massive outage. It seems insane. Like, okay, all of Facebook went down, or all of Facebook's pages went down, or WhatsApp is down for the day, or Instagram is acting screwy. But dude, this is not. This is a company that has backup sites on top of backup sites on top of backup sites on top of failover on top of failover. This isn't like Joe's social. This isn't Diaspora or Joe's, Facebook's website. You know what I mean? Where it's like being hosted in Michael's basement. So it's there's backups. There's like, oh, if the East Coast is underwater, the West Coast will pick it up. I mean, I don't have.
That's what we call disaster recovery.
Yeah, I have a lot of trouble believing this. I really do. I think this is all surrounding the leaking, and I think that's the real core of this story. The outage is just whatever. I think the leak is where it's at. I think everything the leak is talking about, this whistleblower and all the data she's leaked is fucking crazy. Facebook has really fucking screwed the pooch, and Zuckerberg, I think today or yesterday, he released a press release talking about like he's like, oh yeah, everything she says is not true. She's a liar. We put the safety of our users at the foremost, at the forefront. All our data is true and honest. But then she has all this data saying the exact opposite about how it's dangerous for kids, and 37% of like teenage girls get depressed when they use Instagram. I mean, it's like, fucking come on, dude. Let's get it together, bros.
Towards the bottom of this article, it says a PKIT down detector reveals the problems were widespread. It says while it's unclear exactly why the platforms were unreachable for so many, their DNS records show that, like last week's Slack outage, the problem is apparently DNS. It's always DNS, they put. Then they say Cloudflare Senior Vice President Dane, whoever, notes that Facebook's Border Gateway Protocol routes, BGP, were suddenly withdrawn from the internet. So, looks like they had a couple things going on here.
In an attempt to halt the likely spread of the whistleblower papers across Facebook. They're just buying time.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about any of that.
Well, James briefly touched on it. I don't know any real details other than like confirmation of addictive behavior or something like that. But
so I think there's two different leaks, and I think the one you're talking about is probably the bigger one. But there was another, not leak, but another thing that was released, like the Blah Papers or whatever. And it was about like where like millionaires are like hiding their money in places, and
the Pengrove Papers or Paramount Papers or
whatever it is. Yeah,
it's Pandora Papers.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, it's the usual. Rich people are hiding their money in shell corporations and shit overseas. The usual shit. No surprise there. Rich people are gonna fucking stay rich, and poor people are gonna fucking stay getting fucking milked. That's how rich get richer, right?
Yeah, it says here, Pandora Papers reveal secret offshore financial system for global elites. There you go. All right. Fun shit. James, what else we got?
Let's see here. Okay, so this is just something fun. So I found this guy on YouTube a while ago. It's a YouTube video. You don't need to click it. It's this guy named Professor Lando. He's a Twitch streamer, and so I found this video. It's called Submissive and Breedable Explained. Okay? And he has, the first part of the video is like why a MILF and the cougar are not the same thing, and it's kind of interesting. And then the next part of the video is about what is submissive and breedable and how it ties into bussy.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, I saw a GIF of this, and I was like, "This is great." And I had to find a video, so I found a video. I haven't watched it all the way through yet, but if you click on, I'm just gonna cover this really quickly. If you click on his fucking YouTube channel, you'll see such bangers as Yaoi Boys, which is like gay male porn in Japan. And he's explaining what it is, and then he's like, "What people don't understand about furries," And then he's like, the reason you're actually a furry, your furry awakening explained, ranking my viewers' personas, and then of course submissive and breedable. Uh, dude, I don't know what this guy's deal is. As far as I know, he's a regular Twitch streamer, but I think he must have just started doing this and just struck gold with it. Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything regular about this person, James.
Well, no. Definitely not regular, but still, it's honestly super interesting. So, it's not interesting. It's weird, but I like the weirdness of it. I just think that's something. There's something. I don't know, man. It's weird that the embracing this culturally is so strange to me. But this is all done in funny and comedy, right? So it's supposed to be funny. And he's like, chat sent me their hottest Pokemon. Would you? You know? Yeah, it's just weird shit like this, you know? So anyway. Yeah, I thought that was funny. If you're into weird shit, weird counterculture shit, or if you ever want to know about submissive and breedable, and what the fuck it means, he talks about it here. There's one of my favorite Reddits that I no longer follow because it was making me go down a deviant path. r/breedable. Oh no, r/breedme. Oh boy, that was a passion project of mine for a long time. Going deep on that one. There's some girls there. My. Some ladies. Oh, they're like, breed me. I want to be bred. Anyway, I had to leave that behind me. That's part of the dark James. It's a dark timeline. Timeline James.
It's probably for the best, but I understand how hard that must have been.
Yeah, it was had a little separation anxiety for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all of that, and then the next up is something really cool. This is Star Wars Vision. So this is another YouTube video. I know you guys hate it when I post these, but basically what Disney did was something that I've been waiting for them to do a long time. They put together They basically went to the top 6 or 7 anime houses in Japan and said, we're going to pay you to make a Star Wars anime. Do anything you want, in canon, out of canon, any time period. Okay? It doesn't matter as long as it's in the Star Wars universe and it involves Jedis and Siths and lightsabers and shit like that. So, but otherwise you can do anything you want. So they've produced, I think there's like 6 or 7 videos here. They've produced a bunch of content that's Star Wars related. And it's all filmed in the anime style. And it's amazing. I mean, there's some real bangers here. It's like, honestly, the best Star Wars I've seen. Because the thing is, like, you have Clone Wars, which is very good, you know. But the problem with Clone Wars is it has that, like, kind of, we're a cartoon thing going on. You know what I mean? Like, that American animation always has, no matter what it is. Americans just aren't good at making a dark cartoon because there's something deeply bred inside of us that's like, this is for kids. Kids are going to watch this. Japanese people don't care. That's not ever part of their process. So they're just like cutting people's arms off and going absolutely fucking ham in this, and it's fucking great. And it's got that dark grittiness that you want to see in the Star Wars universe, and it's really interesting. So there are some feel-good stories there. There's one really feel-good story, but most of them are like kind of gritty, you know, whatever craziness stories. So yeah, definitely worth your time. If you have Disney Plus, it's up there, or some shady Ukrainian sites, and you feel like getting a good injection of Star Wars content. These are good, out of sync, 15-minute stories, not very long, and easy to consume. It's in and out. There's no continuations to them. You know, you're just gonna buy. It's a one-shot deal. You go and watch it, and you move on to the next one. You know, they're not connected in any kind of way, which is nice. So it's easy to connect and disconnect. Okay, that's all I got.
Interesting.
With that. Yeah. All right, what do you got now here? What's on in game theory here?
So this is just something I came across on Reddit. I've been following like PC Master Race, and then past that, now there's like a subreddit, apparently a subreddit for literally everything. And this is for just cases that are Leanne Lee. and people show off their builds. So this one's a short little video. It has some kind of anime thing going on inside the
Yeah.
case.
Madara Uchida, he's the bad guy. He's the big bad from Naruto. He's the strongest ninja in the Naruto universe with a lot of powers, and he's very old and very scary and very bad. And a lot of people like him because he's kind of cool, and he's the bad guy, but he's a bad guy for a reason.
hmm
So yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Spoiler alert. God.
Sorry.
So-
Don't worry. It's taking like 600 episodes to get that far. I don't think I have to worry about spoiling it for anybody. If you don't know what it is
So
already, you're
if
not
you
gonna
look at
know.
this case, there's inside it. There's something on the. Is that the heatsink for the PC?
Yeah.
For the CPU, I mean.
Yep.
And
the
then
Ryzen heatsinks do this, I think. Right?
No.
No, I've seen some Ryzen heatsinks that have this display on them like this. Maybe it's a generic thing. Maybe it's a company who makes these and they do it for everybody.
Probably.
Yeah.
and then there's an actual screen in the back of this, but internally in the back of this case.
That's just a tablet or something, right? Playing something in loop.
Something,
Probably,
yeah.
right? This is cool, but there's too much going on in here. It seems like a waste to have a screen in there playing that one little 13-second video. Not even 13 seconds. It's probably like
7-inch Raspberry Pi screen
there you go.
from Viral Tech.
It's playing. Yeah, it's playing a like it's probably a second long video in a loop. This video is 8 seconds long and it's played like 20 times. So it's like it's probably less than a second long video played on a loop. You have Raspberry Pi screen back there. You know, it's cool though.
I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous, but not like utterly ridiculous things. So I found my people.
Yes. You're gonna become a moderator of that subreddit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's r slash PC Master Race. There's r slash PC Builds. There's r slash Home Lab. There's so many of them. You can go deep on computer building shit.
Yeah, I'm a member of pretty much all those. So.
Very cool.
But I'm also a member of the Mac ones.
Oh God, gross.
Oh no, and the Linux ones and the blah. And...
It's still it. This is something that should not be weird, but it is. Mike, you actually like join these subreddits, don't you?
Yeah.
I just go to them.
I join. If I find something good, I'll join them. But I try to strain them out every now and again because I'll join stuff on a whim, like Daystrom Institute, and then it'll start popping up when I go scroll through, doom scrolling through Twitch, through Reddit, and it's like super annoying, and I'm just like, get out of here, I was like, this is interesting, but I don't want to learn all this like weird shit. Show me good memes. I don't really care about the other weird shit you have up here. So then I end up getting out of them.
Yeah, Evan, there's just too many for me to remember to be like, oh, let me go to this one, like this. That's not going to work, It's like saying, let me go to my favorite person's Instagram account, but I'm not going to follow them. It's like, okay. like
I guess.
Like, you could do that, I guess, but...
Sometimes, like, I'll remember a subreddit that I enjoyed at one point, and that's like, oh, I remember that was fun to go back to. Which I feel like you don't get that if you're constantly reminded of their updates.
Mm-hmm.
So you're depriving yourself of joy by being sensible.
That's my life, Evan.
Well,
depriving myself of joy. That should be the title of the next album. People be like, Jesus, what is this?
There'd be like 37 tracks. All of them are just heavy sighs.
Exactly. Oh, boy. All right. Well, why don't we go to I got here product review. And I didn't even read this, but I just wanted to mention, and I thought this was a good article. It looked good, but the Windows 11 is out. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have Windows 10 and a PC that is compatible, you're able to upgrade to Windows 11 now. As far as I know, it's just a free download from Microsoft. And the only problem is it does have some steep requirements. Unless you have a fairly new computer, your computer may not be compatible. So the big one being you need TPM version 2. So if you don't have that, you're probably going to be out of luck. They might expand it later to machines that don't have that, but for now, TPM 2 only.
Yeah, I think it was probably before the show, but I thought about putting it on one of my laptops, which it's a few years old. It's their i7 like 5600, which is fifth generation, and maybe Intel has accelerated their processor rollout, but they're on like 11th or 12th generation of the core processors.
I think you need
like,
eighth or higher or something. It says base requirements: 64-bit processor, so no 32-bit at all with this guy. 4 gigs of memory, okay, whatever. 64 gigs of storage, UEFI secure boot, and TPM 2.0. So there you go. It says if you've got here you go. If you got a CPU older than a 7th gen Intel Core series, you might be in trouble.
Big trouble.
Yeah.
Whatever will I do?
Exactly. Current Windows 10 will be good till 2025. After that, no more support. So we got time, folks.
That doesn't seem like a lot of time.
4 years?
3.5 years at least.
At least they shortened it. Normally it's like they give you more than that, right?
Well, I mean, Windows 10 has been out for several years already.
Windows 10 has been out since 2015.
Oh God, that's true. So they've given a fucking
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. So that makes sense. Okay.
So the only reason why it seems like why is it? It's because Windows XP has been out forever, and they kept extending that one like forever. You know. So everyone's like, "What? We've just been we use the same one forever." Like, yeah.
So is anybody upgrading?
Dave said he's like basically all Windows 11 now.
Dave.
Your friend.
Oh, Dave. Yeah. I mean, he said he was going to do it, but that I don't know. He was running the preview build. Maybe he's doing it. He's done it now, but I don't know. I don't think he does anything with his computer. So I don't know. I mean, not that we do anything either, but I just don't know. Like I is a business doing it? Like what impacts to like production environments? Like our computers are barely production environments. Like we're like always putting risky shit on our computers and calling it good. You know what I mean? So like
we have mission critical audio visual workstations, James. We can't go gallivanting around with this beta software.
Has anybody's mom installed Windows 11 yet?
No.
Mine's not going to install Windows 11.
And I'd have to get my mom a new computer to do that anyways.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I still got that Mac Mini sitting here, Evan.
I thought about that. I was like, you could use that for something.
Are you going to repair it? I thought you were giving it the corner
it's functional.
treatment. I thought it didn't work.
No.
Maybe there are several.
There are several. But I had bought one for my mother to replace her iMac in there.
Oh, the iMac is the one that you're giving the corner treatment.
Not really, but yeah.
I mean, if you don't turn something on and you leave it on a desk for a while, that's the corner treatment, man.
Yeah, it's corner treatment by proxy.
It's just not the corner, but it is the corner.
I've been busy.
I bet you're going to turn it on. It's going to work perfectly. The corner always comes through.
Well,
TVs, gaming consoles, and computers always come on after a few weeks in the corner.
Mm-hmm. I just need to get some data off it, and then that one can go.
All right.
Because it's from 2007.
Oh yeah, it's probably had its time then.
It has an OS that's like 4 versions out of date.
Oh jeez.
It can't be upgraded further, so.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll put Windows 11 on this. Maybe I'll buy a copy of Windows 10 and put it on this this NUC I got.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get anything else on the NUC. The NUC
if you buck.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work for the Nutanix.
Not at all. Not at
intention?
all.
Okay.
Not at all.
You
You probably
got
told
that?
me about that. I just didn't remember.
You get all that shit working?
I did. It's off now. I turned it off because I was tired of hearing a jet engine and also like walking past my bedroom door and having heat be blasted in the leg with heat.
Yeah.
A 700 square foot apartment. And he's like, you know what? This is a good place to set up.
Yeah.
Put
I'm
them
just
on
gonna
the balcony, James.
I'm gonna turn a heater on in the middle of my apartment and let it circulate in air. That's basically what I did. So yeah, I was just tired of that. I couldn't sleep at night. It was so loud, man.
But so apparently so you had been trying to install the Nutanix OS, for lack of a better word, on these systems, and it just wasn't working, right? You were getting an error
Yeah.
like halfway through or quarter
Yeah.
of the way
For
through, whatever.
For months, I couldn't get it to work.
And then the fix was
Faster USB.
he needed a higher quality USB flash
Yeah.
drive,
Yeah.
which I find so fascinating because I've literally never heard that in my life.
You know, the weird thing is, and I have the other ones here. Where are the other ones at? And I don't know where they are, but I bought, I purchased. So, we've all been notorious for buying those Micro Center USBs that are like this big. They have a little hatch on them, and it's like, 128 gigs, whatever. They're really nice,
$9.
fast. $9,
Yeah.
So I found a bunch of those. I bought those thinking, okay, Micro Center's never let me down. And then the same day, for shits and giggles, I bought the PNY Ultra blah 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 whatever's because they were like the fastest one I could find. So I found them. I was like looking specifically for fast ones. I bought 2 of those, and they were flat slimline, which is what I really liked because I could put them in; they wouldn't stick out. I was in my back of my mind, I was really scared that something would happen. I'd slip and like break the USB off because it's sticking out. So this is like really thin slimline. I can stick it in the back; it just disappears. It's like basically out of sight, out of mind. It's there, and I don't have to mess with it ever again. So once I put that in there,
aren't you just using them for installation?
no. So you need one USB. So here's the thing. Initially, I had one fast USB, and then a bunch of regular USB drives that I was using that I bought specifically for this task, and I was using basically any USB for the CVM boot drive and any USB for the installation drive. Okay, and I tried mixing and matching, and I got different results depending on which one. Well, I didn't realize, but I was mixing and matching a fast one, and then but I still only had one fast one, so I used the fast one for CVM boot, and it would sort of work, but I'd have other issues. So I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So then I bought this other drive, and I just took my time, went extra slow. I was able to eliminate the other issues that were just from carelessness, like Jamesness, and then I used the fastest USB drive I had for installation and the fastest ones for CVM boot. Worked flawlessly. The second time I did it, I used the slowest drives I had for CVM for installation and the other ones for CVM boot and the fast one for CVM boot again. It still worked. It's just a little bit slower, but it still worked. So the slow drives any drive speed seems to be fine for installation. But the CVM boot has to be fucking 120 megs or faster. These PMY ones are like 300 megs, I think.
So
You
you
know
had
what
gotten
irks me?
Sorry, Evan, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say what irks me about that is that so many times the installation failed, and there was no clear message saying
no.
"Hey, check your USB flash drives to see that they meet minimum requirements."
Nothing. That's super frustrating. The thing is, I think I told Evan this, and I think I've told you to this, Michael. Luckily for me, I work for Nutanix, so I was able to go onto Slack, and I've asked multiple times. I even asked the guy who does installations. He teaches people how to do these for a living. He couldn't help me. Okay, I posted in the CE page when I was at my peak frustrated, and I was like, I'm going to VMware after this. Like, I'm just going to be a VMware boy. I'm only going to use Nutanix for work. I was really frustrated at that time. And this fucking guy, this Japanese guy, he's like, oh yeah, it's your flash drives are too slow. Which is like, it's great to get the answer out of the blue, but can you imagine how frustrating it is after like 6 months of fucking with this? Trying to figure out on and off what's going on, and then this guy just saunters in off the street, and he just happened to be looking in the channel and see it and respond to it. It wasn't like the call went out and it's like, and the guy's like, oh, I'm here from Japan, Mr. Broadus. The answer is no. It wasn't like that. He just happened to be in there farting around, and he saw my post. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's this." I had the same problem.
Did he call you Broadus-san with a very thick Japanese accent?
Definitely not. That's very racist. It's Slack. He typed out perfectly in perfect English, better than me. Hello.
Right, exactly.
My name is Satoshi Nakamura. Whatever. I don't know.
So let me ask you this. So is this different than the SSDs that you had to install inside the machines?
Yes.
That's for something else.
No.
No.
So so here's what you needed, right? You need a USB drive for installation. You need a USB drive for CVM boot.
Okay.
You need an SSD for the hypervisor to live on.
Okay.
And then you need storage.
Right.
So the SSD was the hypervisor.
And that
These
was
other
okay.
two I explained.
Right.
And the everything else, the array of other drives, which don't have to be rated at all, Nutanix does all that for you, were just loose SAS hard drives in there.
Yeah.
Not connected to cable. Just fucking threw
No.
them in the case. Shook
You just
it
put
around.
them adjacent to the server, and Nutanix knows what it connects using
It's
whatever.
Osmosis, machine
Yeah.
osmosis.
Yeah. You literally just take a box of loose drives, put it next to it.
You've heard of wireless USB, which never became a thing. Well,
Yeah.
Nutanix has been working on it for years,
Yeah.
and they made it fucking happen.
This
Look
is
at
how
that.
Google does it in their data centers.
It's called
Right.
wireless SAS or WiseAss for sure.
Yeah, wise ass. Yeah.
So, James, so now you're all Nutanixed up.
Yeah. I've used it. It worked. It's helped me answer some questions, and now it's turned off.
Well, since we're coming up on winter,
Wow.
we can actually crank.
Yeah,
those
it'll be
up
time
again.
to turn it all on again now once it gets nice and cool.
Yeah.
I'll turn it
Can't
back
wait
on.
to see your power bill.
Yeah, man, me too.
Well, it'll be offset.
That's another thing. My goal was to leave it on for a week and a half, and then see. I ended up ended up leaving it on for 2 weeks. So when the power bill comes, I'll see like if it's like $700, I'll be oh my god, you know what I mean. But I'm thinking it's gonna be more like 150 to 300, like $300 probably for the month.
I don't think it'll be that much. So, I read an article or a comment something about power supplies or like how much does your computer cost to run per year. So, say you have a 100-watt processor, 200-watt video card, and I don't know, 50-watt something else. So you're at what, 350 watts? So that system will cost roughly $350 per year to have on.
So that's not bad.
Right. Now we have 3 times 220-watt processors, a bunch of RAM and shit. So I mean, it's probably gonna be like 1 month realistically is probably like $45,
Yeah.
24/7.
So ideally, what we need to do is we gotta wait for me, Evan, or Michael to buy a house with good internet. Then we just have Evan ships his servers back here. I bring my rack over to wherever that is, and then we slide everything in that one rack. We get it all set up. You know, I've been eyeballing another one for $3,000. Woo! A Dell HP DX3. It's the new 380. It's got 10 hard drives like lined up. It's SCSI. Oh man, it's nice. It's got some bad boy hard drives, but it's $3,000. So I've been eyeballing that for a minute.
You should not buy that.
I shouldn't buy it, and I probably won't buy it. But the guy I work with, one of the guys I work with, he's obsessed with buying hardware. So like you buy mice, Michael
I
buys
understand that.
whatever. He buys servers, and he's like, "It's time to refresh my servers here at home." You know, it's like, okay, man,
That's a good feeling. You feel really important
Yeah.
when you do that.
Yeah, and he makes a lot of money, so he can do it. And he's got a family. He takes care of his family. His wife makes money. He makes money, so he can do it. But yeah, so he's buying one, and he's like, it's great. He showed me a video. I was like, oh. You know, it looks fucking good, you know? So. And after using mine, I was like, this is too slow, bro. You know?
But imagine 6 of them being slow together to
There you
have
go.
one moderately adequate cluster.
There you go.
So you got them all working. The networking is good. Everything.
Well, the networking could be better. It's not using the 10 gig network cards at all. And there's no redundancy. I didn't go deep on it. I didn't set up any redundancy. I didn't set up I didn't go, I set up some VLANs and I set up some networks, but I was really sloppy with it. I was kind of like, once I got it working, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to dig into the VLAN shit later. So the goal, ideally, I'm going to go and redo this all once I have a real robust plan for how the VLANs work. I used a 192.168 network, but really it should be 10.10, blah, 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 something like that, to give me a lot of expansive growth capabilities. So
Now I saw Mike's head drop in disappointment, and I want to bring something up. In our group, we all know and embrace that once basic functionality has been achieved, we're done with a project.
it's true.
Okay, Mike, have you not installed Linux and said, "Now what?"
Yeah, good enough.
And then gone back to Windows?
Yeah.
I sure have.
Yeah, good enough.
Not in a long time.
Okay,
Thankfully, the ability to use virtual machines now has mostly eliminated that need.
okay, fair enough.
You know, although, like for instance, that iMac that my mom has, I should say my mom's old iMac. I was just I was reading something online that some guy was like, "Yeah, I have this iMac or some machine from like 2006 or 2007." He's like, "I've been using it just to do this, just do little this, little that, you know." He's like, "But now there's some certificate thing, like some certificate expired on these machines, like some root CA." And so now it can't go to a lot of websites and stuff, you know, like a lot of stuff doesn't work and blah blah blah. I think you could probably fix it if you wanted to, but someone's like, just install Ubuntu on it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." He's like, "Cool, thanks." So
It's good for another decade.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you can just install like random Linuxes,
Yep.
Linux distros onto old Mac hardware because they're basically PCs. You know, they have regular x86 64 processors and blah blah blah." So interesting.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right. any well, we don't have any Yum update. Any extras? Any alibis?
Not really, but I will make a quick mention since I told Mike I was ordering some new energy drinks. The Mountain Dew Game Fuel Courage JD is a streamer who I like, and he had a unique flavor created. It's a sherbet flavor.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's really great.
Two things about that. It is very lightly flavored, disappointingly so. Really nothing beats, Monster and Bang and stuff like that. They got the strong flavors. Also, I didn't realize that Mountain Dew Game Fuel only had 90 milligrams of caffeine per 16 ounces, which is incredibly low.
What's our normal complement?
So
Double?
yes.
At least double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Monster Ultra Zeros, I want to say those are like 140,
Okay.
which is a little bit less than double. But like some of the rock stars, I don't know what your beverages of choice are. Those have like 240, and then some of the supercharged ones have 300.
It's like those are the ones like only drink one per day or else you're gonna die. Normally, I haven't actually done a Rockstar in a long time. I usually do the Monster ones, with the, the purple or the red or the whatever,
Yeah, I mean they're the best.
They're good, right?
Yeah.
I did a Bang the other day. I did the cotton candy. I'm not sure if I had ever actually done that one before. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Tastes pink.
Yep.
It's kind of weird, but you're like, okay. Yeah, man.
That's it. This is overall disappointing. Don't go out of your way to order that. Stick with the leaders of the industry.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
That's all I
know.
know.
Sounds good. All right, Mike, you got anything else? Any alibis? Any Who's it's?
No, sir.
All right, outstanding. I got nothing. So I'll close this up. It's been a good show. Thank you for coming to our podcast. Thanks for coming back. 238 episodes. We're sort of going strong. Trying to begin going strong again. So we'll see.
Tapering off.
Coming to the end of the road. We'll see. We'll see. I don't.
We'll
think
see if
so.
we make it to 250.
Yeah.
We'll do some restructuring and we'll rebrand. You know.
Yeah, we'll rebrand. Become a
Fresh new
Tupperware
face.
podcast. Yeah. 3 fresh new faces.
We'll be yeah.
We'll sell the podcast to someone else for $35. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it's a pleasure being here with you guys yet again. Thank you for stopping back after our long hiatus, and look forward to more shows. We have no intention of quitting and calling it quits. So yeah, just thanks for coming along, and we look forward to seeing you next time. By all means, you can go to our website for more information about the podcast, aislepanelpodcast.com. You can email us. You can check out our Twitter. You can check out our Instagram. Michael, you still doing Instagram?
When I can.
Perfect. That's more than enough. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, we've got a Twitch channel. We've got Patreon, we've got Amazon affiliate link, we got YouTube. So YouTube is where you'll find the show on video format if you didn't know that. This show will be up there on video along with our other shows. We have a Discord channel where we hang out. I'm on Discord pretty much every day. So we really should try to do some more things in Discord maybe with fans. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for stopping by. Check out the website, ipanelpodcast.com, for more details. There's a link to the email that you can click to go and complain about stuff. It's iPanel. It's hold on, I'll get it. Oh fuck. Yeah.
Oh fuck it! IOPanel podcast.
Yeah, fuck it, IOPanelPodcast.com.
Yeah, it's IOPanel at feedback.net/news.
Yeah, feedback at IOPanelPodcast.com. Feedback.
.garbage.file.
Yeah, exactly.
Root period garbage period.
Anyway, on that wonderful and well-tuned note, we'll call it a day. You all have a great one.
For so long I was living my life, oh so wrong, always numb in my mind, battled on, building scars from the knife, so far gone.